On this edition of the Koffers, Skar King Part 2. Alrighty guys, we are in the home stretch of these Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire Playmate figure reviews. Today we are going to be reviewing the 6-inch Skar King. I already did a video for the giant size one, but I wanted to see how these compare and contrast in sizes. So we're gonna go through the motions. If you've been watching these videos, look at the box, pop it open, check them out, and yeah, let's get rolling on that. So, as you've already seen, this is the standard box. And we got Skar King with his whiplash, which is that thing. And we're just going to flip it around. So, here is the setup. And then, if you want to read that, there is the Skar King's bio. And yes, so the whip looks like it is completely removable, so we'll get into that. I don't believe the large size one was. And then here's the lineup as seen already. All right, let's crack this bad boy open. Okay, this sucker was a pain in the butt to get out of here. There were no less than 1, 2 hiding behind their 3, 4, 5, 6 latches keeping this guy in. Well, let's get the assembly right there. So there's the action whip, and then for those of you looking for barcodes, because you keep asking me, you can screen grab that. And then let's toss this guy aside and get to the review. All right, here's 6-inch Skar King out of the box. Much like Kong, he has to have the wide stance, but it stands pretty well. Just, you know, you got to distribute the weight pretty good. I had a bit of an issue getting him to stay up. So let's look into the paint job and articulation on this guy. So as you can see, he actually has a decent paint job. And it looks like there's, you know, detailing akin to Kong as well with the fur. So the arms look like he's got like war paint or something on. I guess we're gonna have to see when the movie comes out. So, and then let's get a good shot right there at the face. Now the sculpting on the face is actually pretty awesome. I kind of dig it. The eyes are blue, like we saw in the trailer. Yeah. And you can see that there's actually a bit of some overlay there. And as for the chain whip, well, as you can see, it's all one solid color. It's not even bony, which does bump me a little bit. It wraps around pretty good, and it's got some decent detailing in it as well. Now let's check out articulation on this guy. So just like Kong, he has the ball and socket joint. It's a full, gives you a full rotation. So up and down. The elbow bends and twists. So pretty good. So that's 1, 2, 4 points, and then the fist is completely twistable, but it does not bend at all. Nope. The head, same as Kong, it's just on a swivel. So you can pretty much only go left to right with him. Now he does have an upper body and a lower torso piece, so you can get a little bit of movement at the midsection. As you can see, he is pretty stiff. So I'm doing this with one hand, so you'll have to excuse me. There you go. You get a good range of motion from there. And I'm actually happy that they bothered to paint deep up into there. I've come across a lot of even higher end quality toys that don't bother. It's like they assemble them, then paint them. So these all look like they were painted individually before assembly. So credit where credit's due on that with Playmates. Good job, guys. And now we have the hips and legs. So much like Kong, you have full range of motion right there, which is awesome. So it's a nice ball joint. The knees completely bend, but they are just on a hinge. So there is absolutely no turning whatsoever. And the feet are one solid piece. So you have to balance this guy from the hips. And like I said, he is top heavy. So getting him to stay up, freestyling is a little bit of an issue, as you're seeing here. Get him in shot. So you kind of have to figure out a good balance. As you can see, look, this is the problem. Watching me struggle here. All right, so let's look at his accessory, which is this chain whip. So let's pop this bad boy off and see how it looks. So it's just a hinge right here. And it is molded. As I'm fumbling with this. It comes right off. And before any of you ask, yes, I did leave that fumble in. I wanted to show sometimes what a pain in the butt it is to do these videos. So let's look at this chain whip. It still got a bit of plastic stuck on there. Oh, well, let's cut that off and come back. All right, got that plastic strap off. So this is, it's a big rubbery piece. It's clearly soft plastic. As you can see, the detailing. It is a giant spinal column. I'm assuming from a Godzilla of sorts, considering Kong's axe was made out of that. Or actually, no, it might be, who knows? We'll have to wait till the movie comes out. But yeah, there's the jawbone that connects it. So I kind of like the idea. I love the idea. What this Monsterverse series is doing is introducing weapons for these guys to carry around. I love Kong's axe, and yeah, the idea of this guy running around with a chain whip made out of bones is that's pretty awesome. Like I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fantastic. So let's get this in his hand and see how it looks. So Skar King has this one open hand that absolutely does not budge, but as you can see, that goes right in there. Get my hand out of the way, and voila, and there's Skar King with his whip. So pretty cool. The whip is, since it's so molded, you're not going to get a lot of movement out of it. So essentially, it's just kind of there for show. It actually just looks better wrapped around him with the Chewbacca belt, as I call it. But yeah, I mean, it sits in the hand pretty well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And there you have it, guys. That's Skar King, the 6-inch version. Overall, a little more frustrating than the giant size version, but not a bad figure overall. Of this entire line, the 6-inch that has been out, as I have stated in other videos, I've not seen Suko out there anywhere, so I don't think he's in any of these current shipments. Kong does reign supreme. He's the best figure out of the 4, out of Shimo, Godzilla, or at least Godzilla Evolved, and Kong, Skar King. Those 4. Kind of lost my train of thought there. Yeah, Kong reigns supreme. This, I give him a solid, mid-range. It's pretty cool. Again, new guy in the roster of villains. I'm always down for it. I love the idea of an evil Kong. So, it's got me excited for the movie. And remember, as I state always, these are kids' toys. These are meant for kids. So, I guarantee Bandai, SH Fig Arts, Monster Arts, all those guys, they're going to have their own versions, which are going to be much more better detailed, coming out later next year. So, but in the interim, if you just want someone to sit on your shelf because you're a completionist like me, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Koffers. If you like what you saw here, we do have a show. It's the Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. You can find us at thekaijukingdompodcast.com, where you can download all of our shows. And if you're not a person that likes downloading, well, we are on every major podcast streamer that's out there under the Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. You can follow our social. Those will be in the links in the show notes. And if you like what you saw here, maybe give us a like, a subscribe, some feedback. But, I'm not forcing you because I can't. But if you want to, it'd be nice. All right, guys, that will do it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.